want to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below. An article states that Andrew Shue has been quiet about his recent news that his estranged wife, Amy Robach, is in a relationship with the Good Morning America co anchor TJ Holmes. But his decision to remove photos of her from his Instagram speaks for itself. The Melrose Place alum, age 55, removed all images of Robach, age 49, on Wednesday after news broke that her on air rapport with Holmes, age 45, had turned romantic behind the scenes. Prior to wiping Robach from his social media account, Shu had posted selected sweet moments with his wife, whom he married in 2010, including the pair sharing a kiss at Naugatuck, Massachusetts in 2020. Shu's decision to remove his wife from his Instagram page comes after photos originally published by the Daily Mail surfaced of Robach and Holmes holding hands in a car and cozying up at a bar in New York. A source previously stated that there was no overlap between the Good Morning America co host and the romance and their respective marriages. Quote, this is two consenting adults who were each separated. They both broke up with their spouses in August within weeks of each other. The person also stated that Robach has got nothing to hide. Quote, they were both separated, so they felt very comfortable dating and open at first. Their spouses had moved out also, so they're not hiding anything. Another source previously stated that Holmes and Robach's GMA colleagues were somewhat surprised to see the new photos, though the pair's chemistry had been on display in the newsroom for a while. Holmes joined the GMA team back in 2014 and immediately struck up a close connection with Robach. She previously stated to People about her friendship, quote, they say, hey, we want to bring in a co-anchor. What do you think of TJ Holmes? And I almost fell out of my chair. Quote, my God, you couldn't have picked a better person to ask me what I thought of because we've been trying to figure out a way to work together for literally the last 5 years. Robach also stated to People about her double dates with Shu and Faye Big. Quote, the moment he started at ABC, I think we just clicked. We've gone on tons of double dates with our spouses, and my daughters babysit his daughters. Now, I just want to be straightforward and honest here. The only reason why this is even news is due to the fact that this is a interracial couple. Both people, both parties, were married to somebody, right, of their own ethnicity. And due to the fact that they openly displayed, the love and affection that they have for each other, this is when some of the colleagues that were there more than likely didn't like it. Or you also have some people that are more than likely out for their position, and they're just trying to find a way to unravel that whole thing and to shuffle people and to make them move around so that they can make space for themselves or somebody else that they would rather have in that position. And that is clear cut the only reason why this is publicly even out there at this moment, because there are umpteen times when it deals with entertainment and news that two coworkers have been together, boyfriend or girlfriend, gotten married, or what have you, right? And as which was stated directly in the article, colleagues were not in a sense surprised because they already saw open displays, they already saw a variety of things, here and there. It was stated that they were just more so surprised at the openness of the Instagram photos, which is crazy to me. So you mean to tell me that you're fine with two consenting adults, right, being open, and having that chemistry on camera and in the workplace, right? But when it comes to Instagram, when it comes to social media, now it's like people just lose their minds, right? The main thing that I've set up there and always told people, right, is that if you decide at any moment in time that this is a relationship that you want to directly get into, fine, so be it. No problem, right? But just make sure that you are not speaking bad, right? About the other person that you were with. At no point in time did TJ Holmes, was it stated that he spoke bad about her at all, down talked her at all, dragged her name at all. right? It was almost as if it was just left out of the conversation, right? And the main reason that they really want to push this forward is because they're hoping that there is a fire that will get started, right? And it's not even just so much due to the fact of Amy, right? Robach, and and the pictures that her husband decided to delete. No, no, no. They're not looking for the flames to be um, created there, right? They're hoping that groups out there will come directly after TJ Holmes, right? And like I said, this is they do things specifically for a reason, right? And the other thing that I want people to look at is this, right? This could be a very great marketing tool that the media is using in order to get more eyes directly on the show. Because let's say if GMA, because I don't really know their track record at this moment in time of viewership, but let's say that it's fell right by some millions of views or whatever it is. In order to usually get some more viewership back, people have to stir up some type of controversy, right? And what better controversy to stir up but two consenting adults who were already separated directly from their spouses, moved out, all of that great stuff, and they decided that, hey, this is what we want to sit up there and do. Also, to note in the article, or one of the other articles that I read, it also stated that their significant others, right, from both of those marriages had already moved on as well. So, for everybody else to, in a sense, care, they realistically shouldn't. But in the eyes of the media, if they can happen to get a few million more or so on to basically care, it's all good for viewership and it's all good for the bottom line. Like I said, I view this the same way I view WWE, right? A long time ago when I was younger, I didn't know that these were storylines. I didn't know and understand that these things were completely planned and or written out. You just thought that this was just something that was happened during a week basis because people were working together. Because if you look at high school or whatever it is, weekly or every such and such days, people who are normally together, they'll end up having issues. They will bump heads or they'll have disagreements and so on and so on and so on, and they will make it public in the hallway or in the classroom or by word of mouth. So that's in a sense the same way that, a lot of people who are younger look at wrestling. But as you get older, you tend to actually find out that everything is already pre planned. Now, of course, you do have some behind the scenes things where some wrestlers don't like each other. Sometimes in those storylines, they will use real life relationships and other things in order to push forth that narrative, in order to get a certain emotional reaction directly out of that wrestler, which they would not be able to normally get. Which, yet again, is great for the bottom line, is great for the fans, is great for entertainment, and overall, is going to bring in more eyes and more money. And I feel that this is the exact same thing that they are trying to do here at this moment in time. Because realistically, out of everything else that's going on in the world, to highlight this, the media to highlight this, and to make it seem it is the utmost important. Nah, maybe if this was like 1950 or 1960 or something like that. All right, maybe the 1970s, right? Okay, yeah, I can see it. But 2022 about to be 2023, and y'all trying to highlight this and trying to make it a bigger story, and this ain't even a big story. All right. But, anything for those views.